your teacher, we have the opportunity to foster positive changes for everyday experience in our schools. Investing time and improving school culture is with the effort. Good day everyone, and this discussion will going to tackle about Chapter 10, Creating a Positive School Culture. Before anything else, I am Babie Jean C Sanchez, together with my partner Yanika Polancos. To start, we have our learning objectives. At the end of the chapter, the students should be able to explain the meaning of school culture, discuss how school culture affects learning, and lastly, cite which you can contribute to building positive culture. To start the elaboration of the topic, Ms. Yanika for the introduction.
So, when we say culture, it is a strong part of people's lives and it influences our views, values, humors, and hope. When we people are working and building relationships with them, it helps to have some perspective and understanding of their culture. Culture is made up of tradition, beliefs, and ways of life from the most spiritual and material. It gives us the meaning of a way of living our lives. So human beings are creators. We human beings are creators of culture, and at the same time, culture is what makes us human. Culture is a lifeblood of a vibrant of society that expresses in many ways, tells our stories, celebrates, remember our past, entertain ourselves, and imagine our future. Our creative expression helps define of who we are and helps us to see the world through the eyes of others. The meaning of school culture. School culture is one of the most complex and important concepts in education. It generally refers to the beliefs, perceptions, relationships, attitudes, written and unwritten rules that shape and influence every aspect of how a school functions. However, the term also encompasses more concrete issues such as the physical and emotional safety of students, the orderliness of classrooms and public spaces, or degree to which a school embraces racial, ethnic, linguistic, and cultural diversity. So according to Spacey, school culture consists of the norms and shared experiences that evolve our school's history. In fact, Scott and Marzano stated that school culture is reinforced by norms, expectations, and traditions, including everything from dress codes to discipline systems to celebrations of achievement. Therefore, it may be described as the character of a school that gives a school qualities beyond its structures, resources, and practices. They also built through the everyday business of school life. It is a way of business that is handled by both forms and reflects the culture.
So, culture as a social construct. Culture is a social construct, not a genetic construct. This means that school culture is therefore something that we do not inherit or pass on through the genes. Rather, it is something that we create and shape. It is shaped by everything that all people in school see, hear, feel, and interact with. It is a creation of the school, head teachers, parents, non-teaching staff, students, and community.
School culture versus school climate. How does school climate differ from culture? These terms are frequently used interchangeably, but school climate is more relational. It is illustrated by the attitudes and behaviors of the school staff and is focused on the style of the school organizational system. School culture is a deeper level reflection of shared values, beliefs, and traditions between staff members. School culture refers to the way teacher and other staff members work together and the set of beliefs, values, and assumptions they share. School culture is a broader term and so inclusive of school climate. When we say school climate, refers to the school effect on students, including teaching practices, diversity, and relationship among administrators, teachers, parents, and students. School climate is driven by a reflected and daily interaction of staff, administrations, faculty, student support staff, and outside community. School climate it is illustrated by attitudes and behaviors of the school staff and is focused on the style of the school's organizational system. The role of school culture in learning. School culture matters. Research confirms the central role of culture to school success. So the school culture will know that so every student and also staff to have great success which is embodied in every student that school have succeed to them. School can be positive or negative or can be toxic. A positive school culture fosters improvement, collaborative decision-making, professional development, and staff and student in learning. So there are 12 positive school culture and norms. First is collegiality. The school atmosphere is friendly. You work in an atmosphere where responsibility and authority are shared by everyone. It's about staff helping each other similar challenges in needs when you can be yourself. You have not to put your best forward to be express others. The school head doesn't through his or her weight. He should not make his or her authority felt by his or her colleagues. So it is about collegiality. Second is experimentation. The atmosphere encourages experimentation and so will welcome mistake as part of the learning process. You should feel encouraged by the administrators or your colleagues to experiment with new ideas and techniques. Third is high expectation. It has been said one's level of achievements is always lower than one's level of aspiration. So set high expectation for high achievement. There are problems arise here. As Robert Barsano warns us, past expectations are settled so difficult to change. Teacher must aware they have a low expectation for some students. They may have difficulty in changing their expectations because their beliefs and biases have developed over the years. And second is what actually communicates expectations to students is teacher behavior. If teacher consciously work to change their biases but don't change their behavior towards those students from when they intended expect less. Fourth are trust and confidence. Students, teachers, school heads, and parents relate well and work well when relationships are solely built on trust and confidence. Support administrations and also to your family. In fact, honest and open communications confidence is possible only when there is trust and confidence to each other. In the school community, demonstrate commitment to the work and student confidence is planning and or instruction. Bring a new ideas in your classroom and you can share your inner thoughts only when you're confident that you have exercised when you do. So this is about trust and confidence. Fifth is tangible support. Everyone in the school community gets concrete. Support to the good that they do support commands and if not just words, is but in actions. Colleagues gives their time and the resources. Effective feedback regarding an evaluation, it is professional rules. So we need tangible support no matter what is a word or an action. It maybe is your staff or the school administrations giving their support to have a good community culture that can build the students holistically. Six is reaching out to the knowledge base. So first domain of the Philippine professional standard for teacher is show that teachers care to grow professionally to update themselves on content knowledge and pedagogy. So it is about a teacher will continue to grow as the school wants. He or she has creative ways to learn both directly and indirectly from his colleagues or in the school. So as a future teacher, we must reach out the knowledge base. We must to continue to grow as a teacher. Seventh, appreciation and recognition. Certainly words appreciation and recognition makes classroom climate highly favorable. The reminder as we're a future teachers, we're not made last when you praise others. Instead, you become magnanimous. So don't mistake with your sensitive praise the problem sometimes in our eyes. We are so quickly to see that the negative, so we despise them immediately, but our eyes blind to see the good, so we overlook them and fail to appreciate. You know what we should not take that sometimes we think our colleagues are competitors. So, as we go through, if we become a teacher, we should not think our colleagues are our competitor. We must think our colleagues are friend, our trustees in which it give us feedback, appreciation, and recognition. Because people take time to recognize our works, so you must do better about our works. We do our best as a teacher and our role as a teacher because good teaching is honored and recognized, so appreciate and recognition. 8. The most important thing, caring, celebration, and humor. Kids care what you know until they know that you care. You don't listen to teacher when teacher doesn't care. It may be good to remind teacher that many of students, especially those who struggle, don't receive nearby enough positive feedback in the classroom and in personal life. So, we take time to show our care to children and for the other way, recognize each other's personal life. We have little ways of showing support throughout the year and we should not forget to laugh because likely helps through the struggling times. So we should show care, celebration, and humor. We shouldn't forget to laugh. It can help when we're in rough times. 9th, involving in decision making. Involving others who are concerned with decisions to be made enhances sense of ownership. Because we should feel that people take time to listen to me. So we should my voice was heard. I am part of a decision making, so because getting my feedback it can build genuine. You are part of the decision making that we have. We should involve ourselves because it helps us grow. Number 10, protections of what is important. That's what school consider important must from part of the tradition and so must be protected by all means. Our priority are established time, family are valued, and their strategy are placed to put that time so important matter should prioritize and protect. 11. Traditions a school must have one an intentional, culture-based program to share values, beliefs, and behaviors. This strengthened sense of community are truly positive school culture. 12. Lastly is the honest and open communication. No one got ostracized for speaking up their minds. Always show the respect. The atmosphere is such that everyone is encouraged to speak his minds without fear of being ostracized, of being judged. So, those are the 12 norms of positive school culture that helps us to grow and improve ourselves not only in the school but also as we become a future teacher helps our students to mold their skills, abilities, and also their attitudes to have holistically made by the school. Shared norms of teachers and students contribute to a positive school culture. It also contributes to a peer and engaging learning environment.
The teacher's norms. Teach in different ways. Call students by their name. Care about students' feeling. So we must understand their situation. There are different ways of teaching. Teaching is necessary because students need to be able to learn that what teacher is teaching. Call students by their names. Learning students' name is the first step in knowing who they are and also give them respect, and it helps them to feel recognized as individuals, and it fosters about students' feeling. So a great teacher care about the feelings of their student. They want them to succeed and committed to help them achieve their goals and understand their situation. So, have a good attitude, stay calm, use kind words, have patience, greet students, and say goodbye. So, attitude is a very important. It is very important when you are a teacher. It affects your students in many ways, and it can shape their learning. So, we must stay calm because teacher benefits yourself and students because students tend to reflect their teachers. And lastly, help students understand, work at a reasonable pace, explain clearly, support different learning styles, expect the best, re-explain if necessary. So, teachers need to adjust so that students can understand the topic or the lesson. To support their learning style, it can be encourages to students to reflect on their perfect ways of learning, giving them more ownership and control over their own learning. So, attend school the majority of time. Be respectful. Give everyone what they need. Use proper language. Allow space if needed. Use supportive words when explaining. And last, call by your name. The last norm of teachers is have a growth mindset. So teachers are matured enough to be able what to do to overcome the problem or circumstances and to be able to have their solution.
And now, let's move forward the students' norms. First, have a growth mindset. Believe you can improve. Fall forward. Keep trying. Speak positively about your abilities to learn. As a student, it is important having a growth mindset because it can help us to overcome struggle that we may face when learning something new or developing a new skills. We all have different definition of failure, simply because we all have a different values and beliefs. Failure to one person might simply be a great learning experience to someone else. Number 2, call classmates by their names. To call classmates by their names, it is the greatest connections to their own identity and individuality. When someone remembers our names, we feel respected and important. It is also gives a positive and lasting friendship. Number 3, be responsible for your work. Have materials ready. Advocate for yourself. Be a professional. Meet deadlines. Participate. Be on time to class. So, as a student, taking a responsibility of learning means acknowledging responsible for a life as a student. Number 4, listen. To the teacher, to your classmates, to guests, to the directions. Listening is the active process that we listen to our teacher, discover the new things, build trust, and make better decisions. Number 5, attend school the majority of the time. Last is be a good team player, provide good helpful feedback, stay calm, encourage others, stay on topic, be considerate, use proper language, communicate clearly to students and teachers. Teamwork teaches essential communication and social skills. By fostering strong school cultures, principals not only inspire the school's personnel to be more successful in their jobs but also aid their students in achieving high goals. Therefore, the role of the principal in shaping a positive school culture is indirectly yet inextricably linked to student success. Our discussion are already done. Thank you for watching and listening. God bless everyone.